Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, not because you want to jump, but because the world has pushed you so far back that there is nowhere left to stand. Every person you see walking down the street, every billionaire in a skyscraper, and every person watching this video right now has a breaking point. But what most people don't tell you is that the breaking point isn't the end. It is the beginning of the version of you that actually succeeds. Today, I want to tell you the story of Elias. Elias wasn't a hero. He wasn't born with a silver spoon. In fact, by the age of 35, Elias was what the world would call a total failure. He had lost his business, his savings were gone. And the people he thought would be there forever had suddenly become strangers. He sat on a park bench one rainy Tuesday, clutching a single envelope. Inside was a final notice. He had 48 hours to vacate his apartment. As he sat there, an old man sat down next to him. The old man didn't offer money. He didn't offer a job. He looked at Elias and said, "You look like a man who is waiting for the storm to pass. You're making a mistake. The storm isn't going anywhere. You just have to learn to build a ship while it's raining." Elias didn't understand then, but he would soon. Most of us spend our lives waiting for the right time. We wait for the economy to get better, for our energy to return, or for someone to give us a chance. But greatness is never given. It is taken from the jaws of defeat. Elias spent the next 2 years in the dark. He took a job cleaning floors at a library. By day, he mopped. By night, he read. He read about architecture, about engineering, and about the minds of people who had built empires from nothing. He realized that his previous failure wasn't a wall, it was a foundation. He had been building his house on sand, and the storm had simply cleared the ground so he could build on rock. If you are listening to this and you feel like you are in your mopping phase, listen closely. Your current situation is not your final destination. The sweat you lose today is the fuel for your triumph tomorrow. People will laugh at you. They will ask why you are working so hard for so little. Let them laugh. They are watching the trailer, they haven't seen the movie yet. By the 3rd year, Elias noticed something. The city was expanding, but there was a specific plot of land that no one wanted. It was rocky, uneven, and considered useless. Because he had studied when others slept, Elias saw what they didn't. He saw that beneath that rock was the most stable ground in the county, perfect for a high-rise that others said was impossible to build. He didn't have the money, but he had the knowledge. He spent 6 months pitching to investors. He was rejected 42 times. On the 43rd attempt, a woman looked at his calloused hands, the hands of a man who had been mopping floors, and she saw a hunger that no university could teach. She gave him the seed money. 5 years later, the useless plot of land held the tallest building in the city. Elias stood on the top floor, looking down at the park bench where he had once sat with a final notice in his hand. The lesson here isn't about real estate. It's about the useless plot of land inside of you. People might tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. They might say you're too old, too broke, or too late. But remember this, the world only sees the surface. Only you know what lies beneath the rock. Why do we quit? We quit because we focus on the mountain, not the next step. If you look at a 30-minute video, or a 10-year plan, it feels impossible. But if you focus on the next breath, the next hour, the next small win, the mountain eventually disappears behind you. Success is a lonely road. You will lose friends. You will have nights where you cry yourself to sleep wondering if you're delusional. This is the tax of greatness. Everyone wants the prize, but nobody wants the process. If you want to be in the top 1%, you have to be willing to do what the 99% won't do. Think about a piece of coal. It is dirty, it is cheap, and it is common. But put that coal under enough pressure, for a long enough time, and it becomes a diamond. Without the pressure, it stays coal. If your life feels heavy right now, if the pressure feels like it's crushing you, congratulations. You are in the middle of a transformation. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Because an easy life produces weak people, and weak people create difficult times. Strong people, however, create the world they want to live in. As you go about your day today, I want you to carry one thought with you. You are the author of your story. If the chapter you are in right now is dark, don't close the book. Just turn the page. The hero only becomes a hero because they stayed for the ending, and you have seeds of greatness inside of you that haven't even sprouted yet. Stop looking at the clock and start looking at your character. Are you becoming the person who deserves the dream you're chasing? The world is full of talkers. It is full of people who plan to start on Monday. But Monday never comes for a dreamer. Monday only comes for a doer. Be a doer. Be the person who shows up when they are tired. Be the person who tries one more time when everyone else has gone home. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Remember the people who said you couldn't do it. Use their doubt as your gasoline. Every no you hear is just a nudge toward the right yes. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. And your story, your real story, is just getting started. This is Stories with Noni. We don't just tell stories to entertain you. We tell them to wake you up. Now, go out there and give the world a reason to remember your name. Stay hungry. Stay focused. And above all, keep going.